When I remember back to the civil rights movement when most black people had a lot of sense. They thought they thought for themselves, they worked for themselves, they got married. We didn't have black leaders or anybody leading us. God led us. And then the civil rights movement started, and it seemed like, but that's when black people gave up their freedom of thought, of thinking or speaking or doing what's right, live right, get married.
Well, there's a lot of books written about that, and of course I can't remember the ambassador's name either, but our ambassador to the UN gave some speech about how, maybe he didn't give a speech on it, I can't remember exactly the details, but it was about removing the father from the home.
That was the worst thing that could happen.
That's what first went wrong in that movement.
Every
time the left has a movement, they bring down the people they're, quote, saving.
That's right.
It's funny, that's mind control.
Lyndon B. Johnson brought in government for blacks during the civil rights movement. But what was sad about it is that the so-called leaders of the civil rights movement approved of it. I remember them signing that it's okay to give blacks welfare, but they couldn't have a father in the home. And it's just been downhill ever since that. But we're working on changing that now.
Every time where there's a revolution on Earth, the first thing they do is take the men away as workers to another place, and that leaves the women and children vulnerable.
What is it about men that they attack the men first?
Well, because the men will, if they're men, they'll protect the women and children. That's what a culture and a society and a tribe, I come from a real tribal bunch, that's how it is. You get rid of the men first, and then you force the women to become kind of, what's the word, anathema? The women then have to be the warriors, and that isn't good for raising kids to be that way. That's for sure. That's not how women are supposed to be.
I say that there is a spiritual order to life, and that order is God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. The love and the order come from above, and when they remove the black man, it went to hell in a handbasket.
Well, I want to talk to you about exactly what you mean so we can be on the same page, because I like definitions, but what do you say? What do you mean in exactly when you're saying the man over the woman? Because I'm a woman and that makes me nervous.
You don't like having a man over you?
At certain times, at night, I do. But I mean, what do you mean by that? I'm asking you what do you mean?
So,
an authoritarian, mean guy? No woman's going to marry up with a guy like that. I mean, unless they're damaged.
real men, a real man is not in control like that.
Okay, good.
A real man is a light unto the family and to the wife.
I believe that.
He guides her.
Like my boyfriend, he's like that. He says, like, when we talk at this same subject, because it's one of my favorite subjects to talk about, obviously.
Do you agree with me that a lot of men are beta males now?
Oh yeah, they're like almost girls.
Yeah. Isn't that like amazing?
It's like what? It's like, they're not attractive. Like when I go to movies or watch movies, it's like, I'm like, girl.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me like get attracted to them.
That's right.
I want to see a real guy that I know underneath, my favorite male fantasy or whatever. I like the strong, silent type. And, because that's like, I like subdued passion. I don't like the, I'm
no woman does, to be honest.
It's like, don't take my, they're going like, Daddy, look at me, because that's how we are, I am. But when they're up there, Daddy, look at me, I'm like, get back.
That's right. I always tell guys who are like that, when they have a woman, it's like two lesbians together. The man acting like a woman don't want another woman like that. She want a real man.
Well, some women, they do like a feminine man.
A beta male?
Well, yeah, because then they can boss them around.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say that's all the reason. Yeah. So that they can control them.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So nobody's able to cause.
But what I want to say, that has a lot to do with the mother-in-law. Because a lot of these women, they think they're smarter than women who've done more and are smarter than them in reality. And they just like to bring women down. They like to put themselves to bring a stronger, more intelligent, more capable, and more successful woman down.
Amazing.
Because they can't lift themselves up. So what they look around, oh, I'm going to bring her down. I'm going to look good doing it.
Why don't women tell each other the truth like you're doing now about what women are doing? I noticed that it's hard for women.
Because of mind control. They got to play their role. It's all role. It's all like imposed program. Amazing. And they got to do what they're told to do, and that's be a useful idiot.
Yeah. Ask you this.
I have to tell you, I'm a hell of a dancer, just so you know.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, amazing. So I got.
And singer. I've been singing again.
You have? I didn't know you could sing.
I know.
I saw you sing one time. Remember that?
Yeah, that was an error.
Were you like?
I was trying to, I was a told people please an idiot. The picture of that
was amazing
team,
to see you do that.
That picture on that team, he's like, hey, after you're done, you should scratch yourself and spit like we do. So I'm like, hey, because I'm an idiot. So I'm like, oh, that sounds funny.
Oh, Lord. Were you joking around when you did it?
Yeah, I meant to be joking around. But then, as soon as I started, the thing was, I started too high. That was a whole problem. And then I knew about 5 notes in that I wasn't going to be able to do it. And I was like, am I going to stop and start again? I can't be like, excuse me, all you 100,000 people, we got to start. So I just knew I was dead. So I tried to make it funny.
It was funny.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was funny.
I think it's funny too. My grandkids just pee themselves laughing at it. Is that wrong?
I think if most people don't take things so seriously, they would have thought it was funny too. Because it was funny.
Joan Rivers asked me, she goes, if you had been a man and done that, everyone would have laughed. And then I thought about Borat doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Like 15 years after me. And they're all like, ah! And me, I have to hire LAPD to stand on my roof with guns. But they're like, ah! Oh, that's funny. Original, amazing. Very original. On my
I gotta ask you, you said that you are a Jew, right? You don't look like a Jew. Are you like a real Jew, or are you ushered into Judaism?
I did my DNA. I'm 100% Jew.
Really?
100%. 99.999.
Have you always been a Jew, or were you a Christian at one time?
No, I was born Jew.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Amazing. What is it like being a Jew?
I'm so glad you asked. It's difficult right now and frightening right now. It's very scary. And talk about mind control.
Right.
And, they're all on an anti-Semite program, and it's very frightening, and I feel like I have to do something about it for my people, and so I'm going to.
Yeah.
And I am. It's not right. And but to be a Jew in my body, in my life, it is such a joy. It is a wonderful...
To be a Jew.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's joyous and fulfilling, and it's sweet.
When you were growing up as a little girl, did you know you were a Jew then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? How come why didn't we hear about this before now? Because I seen you in so many other interviews years ago, right?
I always talk about it.
Oh, yeah?
I was a little girl, and I grew up in an apartment house that my grandparents owned that was inhabited by survivors of Auschwitz, that my grandparents sponsored 50 families to come over from the camps after the war was over. And so I grew up in an apartment house with people who had numbers on their arms. And
that's amazing.
Every Friday night on Shabbat, we would have our Shabbat dinner with all the people in the apartment house, and that's where I started entertaining, because I was like 3 and I wanted to sing and dance and make people laugh. And my grandma had the windowsill seat thing.
Right.
So I used to go up in the windowsill thing, and I do my Shirley Temple impressions,
That's amazing.
And everybody would applaud, and I figured out very early, 3 or so, Man, I like people when they're sitting out there applauding. I'm scared of them if they come too close, but you know, that's a perfect relationship for me, is making people laugh and think and, you know, cry too. Thank God.
And speaking of that, you had the #1 show recently, and ABC fired you over that tweet.
Yeah.
So you tweeted this thing out one night about Jared, that woman.
It was about the Iran deal, and let me say this: it was
Jared.
It was 3 months of discussing the People's Revolution, the woman's revolution in Iran. 3 months. I was on there day and night, and they took one sentence out of that entire tweet storm where other people were involved, including reporters in Iran, and they mischaracterized that tweet and just threw dirt on my name and took my life's work away from me, and then continued to disparage me, and they still do. Yeah. And of course I was like, we talk about God. Well, we didn't get to that yet, but I'm sure we will. We will. Yeah. But it was terrifying. It was like,
I was going to ask you.
It was like being a little girl where they would tell their stories of they insulted also all of my black fans and all of my black family and all of my black friends. They insulted them too, as well as the people who watched the show, because they really wanted to call a Trump supporter a racist.
They did. Absolutely.
That's all it's about.
It was a political statement. It was not a racist statement.
In any way, it was not racial.
But they pretend that it was.
She was white. I thought she was Persian.
I didn't even know she was black, to be honest. I did too. I thought she was Persian or something, not even black.
And plus, she was. Another reason is, this is going to get me in a boatload of trouble. But she was a slumlord in Chicago.
I'm not surprised.
I thought, then I thought, my God, you got to apologize to white people for thinking that it was a white slum owner when it wasn't.
And it wasn't a white. There is no such thing as racism.
I know you say that, but you've never worked in Hollywood in a writer's room, hon.
I'm going to tell you why they did that. Why? But there's no such thing as isms. No racism, no sexism, no homophobism, no Islamophobism, no deadbeat dadism. And the reason for that, because the Bible says it too, our battle is a spiritual battle. Right. It's a warfare. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities and wicked places and high places. And so, and there are good men and women who are not dealing with that, they have overcome, and there are those who have not, right? And of all races.
That's right.
And when I was growing up, we knew that. They never used the word racism when I was growing up. They said, no, that's a bad one, or that's a good one, that's evil, or that's good. And so there you can solve the problem if you know what it is.
That's right.
But the children of the lie made up those words about racism and sexism, because once they made it up, there's no way you can solve it. How do you prove somebody's a racist or not when it's just a hateful person? And so they are lying about racism. It's never been about racism. It's just people. You have bad, evil people. You have good ones. So that's why I say there's no such thing as racism.
Also, I understand that, but then you got to get into.
I'm gonna tell you why they don't hire them.
Okay.
Because they tell me in secret, and I know already, that when you hire black people, you run the risk of being sued. You run the risk because if you correct them, they're going to get mad. They're going to accuse you of racism, and they're going to sue you. And my final question, did you have fun?
I did, and I also love to talk on such a deep level with you and see a little bit better who you really are. It was great.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for coming. And thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, share. And we have all kind of product, T-shirts and things on there that you can buy.
I bought your T-shirts and books.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Cash.
That's amazing. In cash?
Well, I paid. I didn't take them as gifts.
Oh, okay.
You know, I wanted to pay.
Well, we'll put it back in.
I want to support.
Well, thank you.
And I want to come and speak at your deal. But let's talk about mentoring some writers too.
Okay. I would love that. Yeah, and I know some people who are writers. They would love that too.
I would like to mentor young black women who are funny.
We know
To
something.
put it in, get it in script form. I
Nice.
can help them.
Right on. We're going to make sure that happens.
Okay, good.
All right. And don't forget, folks, thank you. Let us hear from you. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
See ya.
And thank you all for coming. That's amazing.
Yay!
They don't want this country to be great. They want a socialist society. It's unfortunate. Isn't that amazing? The children of the lie, the liberal media, Democratic Party, these are liars.